Hello students, welcome back class 12. Today I am discussing a new project, books management system. Okay, so books management system, this is your new project. Okay, so I want to run this program, so you can see here I am run this program. So this project books management system, we can provide username and password. Okay, then this software will work, otherwise it will not work. Okay, so for a books management system first we create books database and book table. Okay, then we can add in new book details, update a book details, delete a book detail to show all the book details. We can also search book details by book name. We can also search book detail by book ID. Okay, we can show all the book names in ascending order, or we can show all the book name in descending order. Okay students, so here you can see, here I am showing one Python program. So you can see this is our create database books. Here I am using the login table, or you can see in this login table user and password 2 columns, or here you can see here I am create the book table, book ID and book name. Okay, and other column I have created. So this database will create using a Python program. Okay, so again come to our output screen. So books database and book table already created. Okay, so the second option we can use to add a new book detail. So here I am using 2. Okay, so we enter a new book ID, suppose 101. Here I am using book name Python. Okay, यहाँ पे, and here I am mentioning Sumita. Okay, author name Sumita, book title CBSE Python. Okay, we can mention book title, publisher name we can use Dhanpar. Number of copies here I am mentioning 75. Total number of pages we can mention. Okay, and price we can mention. Okay, so here I am mentioning a particular Python book details in our database. So you can see the complete detail of our book ID. So you can see book ID, book name, okay, price, and last is price. Price is 550. Okay students, so here I want to add a new book detail. So here I am using option 2 again. Okay, you can see to add a new book detail. So here I am inputting 2. Here I am using book ID 102. Book name here I am using HTML. Okay, author name we can use Peter. Book title we can say introduction. Okay, publisher name we can use BPB. Okay, number of copies here I am mentioning 100. Number of pages we can mention suppose, and price we can mention. So this is our book price. So this is our you can see 2 books we have, Python book, okay, and Python book detail, and HTML book already we inserted. Okay, because this is a software, books management system, this is a software using a Python and MySQL language. Okay, so second option is to update a book detail. So here I am using 2. Okay, here I am using the book ID. Suppose here I am inputting book ID 103. Okay, so in okay, here I am using the second option to add a new book detail. So here I am inputting the new book detail 3rd. Okay, so author name we can use, book title we can use introduction, book publisher we use MC Gra Hill. Okay, number of copies here I am mentioning, and total number of pages we can mention, and price we can mention this price. So total we have 3 books. Okay, now we want to update a book detail. So for update a book detail, here I am using the option 3rd. Okay, so you can see, and I am inputting, suppose here I am inputting 104, but 104 here not available, so it will display book ID is not found. So to update option 3 here I am using, so update a book detail. So here I am using 103. So 103 you can see C++, Albert, Introduction, MC Grohill, copies, and but I want to change the detail. So here is C++, here I am using PHP. Okay, so PHP means hypertext preprocessor. So in book ID 103 this data will replace because I want to update this book detail of 103. So new book name C++ will change PHP. Albert here mention John. Book title here for beginners. Okay. Publisher name here I am using BPB. Okay. So number of copies here I am mentioning 45. Total number of pages we can mention. Price here I am mention suppose 250. Okay, so you can see one book's detail updated. So here C++, Albert, and this data replaced by this data. Okay, suppose you want to delete a book detail. So but I want to discuss this option later. Here option 5 here I am using to show all the book details. So you can see our all book details you can see. So you can see in 103 PHP John already updated. Okay, in this list. Okay, now option 6 to search book detail by book name. Okay, so here I am using option 7. Here I am using only H. So here option 7. Okay. Here I am using option 6 to search book detail by book name. So here I am using H. Only here I am inputting H. So you can see starting from H, all the book which is start from H, it will display the detail of H letter starting book names. You can see all the books, but here is one book, so here one book will display. To show the book details by book ID, so here I am using option 7. Okay, then I am pressing enter. Here I am using 1. Okay, so all the book ID start from 1, so it will display all the details. Okay, now option 8 to show all the book name in ascending order. So here I am using option 8. Okay, so you can see HTML, but means Z, A to Z. So HTML, PHP, Python you can see. Then here I am pressing enter key. The last option is to show all the book name in descending order, means Z to A. Book name in Z to A. So here I am using 9. So you can see. Python, PHP, and HTML. So this is a very simple project, but this is our real life application. So books management system, we can manage our library books with the help of this project. Okay, easily we can store data, change data. Okay, here one option is remaining to delete a book details. Okay, so we can use, suppose here I am using option 4, then press enter. Here I am using 106, but 106 is not available, so it will give book ID is not found. Suppose here I am inputting option 4, here I am using 102. So you can see 102 HTML, this data will delete, already deleted. Okay, student. Suppose I want to check. Okay, so here I am using option 5. Okay, you can see option 5 you can see. So you can see 102 and this data already deleted. Okay, so you can see this is our CBSE books management system software. So this is very simple project. Okay, but in behind a coding is working. So you can see this is our coding part. This is our login. This is our all the Python programs. One by one you can see create program, insert, update, delete, show all, show names, show book ID, show name ascending, show name descending. Okay, this is our file. Here I am showing the old files. You can see this is our old files. You can see. Okay, here I am large icon. You can see. So this is our all the Python program files. Okay, create, delete, insert, project start, show all, show book ID, show names. So all file working together, and you already seen the output. Okay, so this project is working. Okay, so this file we can use in our project, and this file we can use in our project start Python programming file, and we can call our user defined libraries. Okay, this is our user defined. and with the help of this, and this is our menu. Okay, and when you choose particular option, so particular condition will check and particular function will call. In this import Python files, already mentioned all the operation. So in this style we will create our books management project. Hope you understand. Okay students, thank you so much.